The GoPro Karma Grip is a great addition for on-the-go sports photography. Affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and you know what? It's Sunday. So let's talk about something utterly sad and horrific and tragic, because it's the internet and that's what we do. This is a really sad story, but it's one I did want to talk about because I think it always should remind you about the fragility of life. And always to tell people that you love them, and always to make sure people know that you care. Like, I was reading up on this story before my girlfriend left, who is pregnant with my child, and everything. And I was like, just gave her a hug. I'm like, I love you, I love you. Just want to make sure, because this kind of really sucked to read. It says here, newborn twins and daughter orphaned after mother dies the same day as her father's funeral. Now, it's kind of a convoluted title. It really is. Trying to find a less convoluted title for this will be hard to do. So even this video's title might just be completely fuckered, but there's a reason. It says here that a series of tragic events claimed the lives of two parents within days of one another, leaving their newborn twins and one-year-old daughter orphaned. Family and friends have gathered online to raise funds for three small children who lost their parents in a very short period of time. Orphans, like, at that age are both, like, it's extremely tragic, and at the same time, they are probably way better off in the long run. I mean, in terms of being an orphan, not at all the situation, in terms of like getting through the foster system and then getting to a family, than someone who is older. So that is probably the only upside to this scenario whatsoever. I'm only saying that simply as like a pragmatic approach to the situation, the world, the reality that we live in. But overall, it's so fucking horrible. So it says here that the events began on July 11th when Javon Saku was shot and killed at his West Palm Beach apartment complex, according to the Associated Press. 3 days later, at his funeral service, his girlfriend, Stephanie Kakaris, died after giving birth to their twins, Javon Jr. and Layla. She had been in the intensive care unit for 10 days prior. An infection from her C-section led to her death. And that is a problem with C-sections. Like, you would figure in 2017, they would get that shit locked down. Like, that would not be a problem. It's a problem. Happened to a friend of mine, on her second kid. She ended up having that scar open up again, and just, it got infected, and she was down for days. Like, it can really, really, really get to you. The couple had lived together with their daughter, who will turn 2 in a few months. Saku's death was ruled a homicide, and the assailants who fatally shot him are still unknown. Kakaris, on the other hand, had worked in the office for Juan E. Batista Pediatrics in Lake Clark Shores for 4 years. On Thursday, family, friends, and coworkers gathered in front of the center to give donations to the family, saying, "We're just trying to figure out how to move forward from here," Saku's aunt, Joni Saunders, said at the charity drive. A GoFundMe page has been set up by Kakaris' manager, Lena Neminsky, for the three children, and it's grossed $33,000 out of its $50,000 goal, which is fantastic that they've raised so much money so quick. It's a tragic story. It's a tragic story that I'm shining light on, because there's maybe people out there want to help give in the situation, because these are three kids. These are three orphans, and they probably won't be put in the system. I mean, if they were put in the system, they'd have a better shot. That's what I was trying to get to earlier. I realize as I'm saying this, it might have come across as entirely insensitive. I do apologize for that. But that's, again, the pragmatic nature of the situation, and also where my mind just tends to go. Neminsky said that, Nimsky, sorry, says she's been in close contact with the children's grandmother, and that the funds raised will be used to provide healthcare, education, maintenance, and support for them, as put in a trust that will be managed according to state and federal law by trustees, guardians, or the children's adoptive grandparents. So at least the grandparents are going to be raising the kids. Thankfully, Stephanie and Javon were raised by a beautiful family that have accepted the challenge set forth by God. The grandparents are going to start over now, raising their grandchildren. And that is, it's sad, man. It's like really sad, and it made me think, because like, I have a daughter coming in a few months, and I'm going to be bringing that up a lot for probably a while, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around the concept of being a dad. And I'm wondering, like, if I were to die, or my girlfriend were to die, like, who would get my kid? Like, who would my child go to? Would it go to my mom? Would it go to her mom? Would it go to my dad and my stepmom? probably my dad and my stepmom, to be perfectly honest with you. Given their situation in life and where they're at financially and with stability, I would probably say them. No offense to mom or girlfriend's mom. It's just, that's where things are right now. So I read a story like this, and it's like you have the father shot dead, and then the mom died from a complication. And complications, like I said, it's so weird to think that complications still happen. That we've so far advanced in modern medicine that these things are still taking place. It boggles my mind, and it breaks my freaking heart for this kind of story to come out. And it's like, it's just, the thing is, like, I guess you could say from like a comfort level, the family clearly is religious. So they can at least think that, like, Javon and, and Stephanie are together in the afterlife, that if you believe that sort of thing, that's some comfort. That their kids are going to be taken care of by the grandparents. And hopefully the grandparents will be around for a long time and give the kids a good, solid life. They'll have a bit of a help, or a bit of a head start with this $50,000, but it's never going to replace, it's never going to replace your mom and your dad. And the kids are going to have to grow up like knowing that, like their parents died within days of each other. And at the same time, like, I'll share this kind of story. My cousin happened, same thing happened to my cousins. My uncle was dying of cancer. And my aunt, had a pill addiction that we kind of knew about, and she, OD'd at the end of 2005. And then he passed away like 2 months later to cancer. So within that short amount of time, my cousins lost both their parents, and my cousin was in the process of getting married at the time. And so like they held the wedding a few months later, and it was just kind of like this sad, somber experience, because it's like, well, your parents aren't here to see it. And then they've got 2 kids now. And it's like, they're never going to grow up knowing their grandma and grandpa because of everything. These tragedies happen, is what I'm trying to say. These tragedies happen. You can never predict them. You can never be 100% prepared for them. All you can do is just keep reminding people out there that you care for them. You know what I mean? So to kind of wrap this thing up, I just want you guys to know that if anything were to happen to me, unbeknownst, I die of a heart attack, I get struck down, I'm hit by a car, I'm killed by a fucking deer that's cruising around out here, a crazy fan comes up and shoots me in the face, anything like that happens. I'm just not, I'm not saying that last one. Thank you. Know that I care about you guys. I really do. And so, yeah, I'm going to go call my mom now and just tell her I love her so she knows. I'll see my dad later, so he'll hear it anyway. But my mom, so this is one of those stories that like makes me, even at the age of 35, just miss my mom. You just want your mom to hug you and be like, oh, everything's gonna be okay, you big dumb idiot. Like that's what I kind of want. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna go do. And remember, you guys are great. Well, guys, that wraps up this video. If you guys like what you saw, be sure to toss it a thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe. Also, hit that bell so you guys can be up to date on all the videos I post every single day on this platform. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been the Mundane Matt channel. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'll talk to you later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.